Of the shooting death of Michael Brown by a Ferguson police officer. Michael Brown's parents joined hundreds of people rallying today for answers to the teen's death.
This comes after another night of violence on the streets. One person was shot, possibly by another protester. SWAT teams responded with smoke bombs and tear gas.
I think that was a proper response tonight to maintain officer safety and public safety.
For the first time, we're seeing a picture here of Officer Darren Wilson, who shot Brown. A Colorado Springs congregation spent the morning discussing what's going on in Ferguson.
Local law enforcement officers also came to this morning's service, and they say that police and citizens across the country really need to create a better dialogue to try and prevent any further violence. New at 5, KRDO News Channel 13's Eric Fink also spoke with one congregation member who knows Ferguson very well.
Inside this hall, a call to stop the violence and unrest. From this congregation to the people on the streets more than 800 miles away.
It bothers me. It bothers me as a police officer, and it bothers me as a black man. I would hate to think that law enforcement officers are killing black people just for the sake of killing them.
Prayers and a moment of silence for teenager Michael Brown and his family. Protectors of Colorado Springs and those they serve, together, bringing the same message of acceptance and peace. Also inside these doors today, a Ferguson, Missouri native who says he's horrified by the images he's seen out of his hometown. He says he has a message for the law enforcement community and the citizens of Ferguson he knows firsthand.
We've got to get to a point where we learn to use our voice versus our fist.
In Ferguson, there's now a lack of trust between police and the people, and that's troubling for Robert Wilson.
Anytime there's an allocation of police brutality, it's a black eye to all of us. And unfortunately, everybody lumps law enforcement together. We have some citizens here that are distrusting of us. The community is the absolute reason we exist.
That feeling of community lost, and the man who still calls that suburb home is left to try and make sense of the scenes
and I ain't falling for no police
of the past week.
I'm in disbelief that a neighborhood that I grew up in that was a area that I used to be able to walk at the park to and go to the swimming pool is in utter chaos.
A local haven from the hostility, at least for a few hours, offering words and songs of hope to Ferguson and beyond. In Colorado Springs, Eric Fink, KRDO News Channel 13.
And U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder has ordered a second autopsy on Michael Brown. The Justice Department says that the autopsy will take place as soon as possible.
Well, hiking up